part 2 is the brake pad change, and we're going to start off with the passenger side just because I'm right here. For this one, you're going to need the same tools. 14mm socket for the caliper bolts. Right here, you want to grab these two right here, and then you just straight loosen them up, take this off, and the brakes are going to show up. Alright, that one's loosened up. Let's get the bottom one. Just as simple. Thing. And now they're both loose, you can probably just take them off by hand now. The bolts are off. That's how they look like. So now we can just take off the caliper, and you can actually put the caliper right here and rest it. You don't want it to rest on the brake hose. So you just leave it right there. It's good to go. Now the brakes are here. Alright, check it out. Let's take this off. Oh man, it's caked. Look at that. This is caked on. Oh man. It's got half of a life left, but when I brake, it takes forever. Oh my god, this is hard to do with one hand. There we go. Okay. Alright, so I got the brake pads off. As you can see, they're caked. The edges are caked, dude. So you gotta take these things off. These are called brake hardware. And you can take them off by hand too. Just, you know, usually you can take a flathead screwdriver and do it, but I'm so strong that I could just do it by hand. So once you take that off, I've got some brake cleaner. I'm gonna set this back on the tripod, or the mount, and I'll do a quick cleaning. Just a little bit about the brake pads I use. I use Duralast Golds. I abide by these just because, you know, my car is not premium and it does not need premium brakes. And these brakes do the job. So I change them out every 10-15,000 miles just because I drive almost all the time and on city streets. So if you compare it, this is how it looks like, the old one. And this is how the new one looks like. Trust me, I needed a replacement, 100%. Let's see if I can stand them up next to each other. Do you see that? Look how thick the new ones are. I was about to go bald. They also come with the new brake hardware. Whenever you do brake pad changes, you always want to get new hardware just because look how rusted and disgusting this one is in comparison to the new one. So you want to go all the way when you get new brake pads, get new hardware as well. And that all comes in the package, which is great. Also, I have a wire brush so I can clean all the components of the caliper without actually removing it. And then I'm going to just brake clean the whole thing, get a towel, wipe it all off, and then I'm going to just start lubing everything. I'll show you exactly what I'm lubing, but it's pretty much everything but the brake pads itself, so that obviously it stays on the rotor. Okay, so that's done. We have now lubed up those 2 points where the caliper piston is pretty much able to decompress and compress whenever you press the brakes. That's very important because if these are not lubricated, your brakes will stick. Boom, see how easy that was? So now they're on, they're perfectly fit right there. That's the bottom one and that's the top one, and these hold the brake pads in place. And now all we got to do now is lube up these end points, top right here, this one, bottom, and the pad itself, the metal padding. And then I will show you the last step before putting the caliper back on and finishing this damn brake job. That took a lot longer than I wanted it to, but they are on. Both sides are on. Boom. The last step that I'll show you right here, this needs to be compressed again so that this is flat. See how dirty this thing is though? I gotta clean it real quick. So I'll clean it and then I'll show you exactly what I do. Okay, so you grab an old brake pad, put it on this side right here. And you grab this tool. It's the brake piston compression tool. And pretty much all you do is squeeze it until it's flat. Just like so. Just like that. And that's it. Now you do it for the other side and you are set to go. Obviously the next steps are pretty simple. Put the wheels on and I'll show you the last step. Alright, just to show that I did the other side, here are the new brakes. Look how fat they are. Piston is compressed, or actually decompressed, so now it's flat like I did with the other side, and now we just put it back on, put the car wheels on, and I'll show you the last step. Okay, and now the final step, you put your foot on the brake pedal and you just press the brake a few times. The first time it's going to go all the way down. That's because when you decompress the piston, it's pretty much, I believe you put all the air in there, so that's why there's no pressure, but 3 to 5 times, and by the 5th time you can feel all the resistance. So after that, your brake job is done. Also, make sure to torque all your wheels to specifications. Pretty much, that's how you do a brake pad change on a 2001 Nissan Altima. The procedure is almost the same for many of the cars out here anyways. Same bolt sizes, same pistons. Sometimes they have double pistons. It doesn't really matter. You're still doing the same decompression technique with the tool. So anyways, that's done with part 2. If you like this kind of content, subscribe, like the video, share the video, and comment what kind of car you got. And I got some more car vids coming up. I ordered something in the mail for this car specifically. It's gonna be a banger video. So make sure to stay tuned and subscribe. Peace.